Let me get Adrian.
All right, so I don't even know where to start. I do got a few points, yo, but they all direct. So don't listen to it. I gotta respond to what was just said too, though. Like with the us referring to you as children, right? It's more so because we don't understand you. So it's just like if I have a 1-year-old, I have to be extra attentive in how I communicate because of the lack of understanding and the fact we see things differently. It's not necessarily about me being greater than you, but that's the type of attention, protection, and things I have to have like a child, patience, because you're different than me. And I care enough about you that I'm willing to work on it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's not, hey, because you're dumb. So let's scratch that. Second thing, I was going to ask for the big screen here. I don't even need the big screen, bro. Any woman who has chosen to align with a black man to be on the same page as him and create, that's some of the most high vibrational shit you can possibly do. Period. That's and any woman who has a desire to align with a man who you are aligned with, that doesn't mean you're dumb. That doesn't mean you don't have any thoughts of your own. That means, yo, I found somebody who can lead, who I can align with. But that's some of the most highest vibrational shit you can do. Case in point, we all know how fucked up the world is, and look what they keep trying to destroy. You know what I'm saying? Look what they keep trying to tear apart. It's a reason. But women who want to do that, who want to align, yo, I thank you. You know what I'm saying? The community, thank you. You know what I'm saying? That's some of the most high vibrational shit, yo. And that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Word. Amen.
Damn, that was I don't know. I like it.
Why the 1-year-old? But I have a question, A. So
okay.
Why is it you have to be careful your words? You sat there and said we talk to you and treat you like you're a 1-year-old. Why could but wait, be very careful.
Okay.
No, but you said 1-year-old.
Okay.
It could have been somebody with I want to make sure we're understanding each other. We have different languages, right? Because that's what it is. We speak different languages. Not a 1-year-old who is totally dependent upon you, who can't even wipe their own butt or feed themselves. Be careful about the examples, because when you really you're saying that we're a newborn that can't do anything without 1-year-old. So I'm saying just be very careful, because that say you want puppies or children.
Right. So one, I received that. I really do. But my pushback to it is, because that's something I always will consider going forward. But my pushback to it is, I clearly said you're a 1-year-old just in terms of how different we are. Women always say men don't understand y'all. We don't know what y'all think, etc. So again, it's not a matter of you being one in terms of age or maturity. The same gap between me and a 1-year-old is at one point in time was the same gap between me and a woman. I thought I knew y'all. I really don't. Meaning I need to be attentive. I need to watch how I speak to you. I need to be protective of you. And I care enough about you to do those things. And I think that's a problem. I think y'all women automatically think we automatically know what it is that y'all are saying. And y'all feel like because it makes sense to y'all, it should make sense to us. And it doesn't. And then when we tell y'all this, hey, we don't see it this way, y'all still continue to get upset. That's why I say with us as men, we have to find a different way to speak to y'all. Right? If you're not receiving it, we have to come up with a different way. That's me taking accountability for what I feel like men can do to fix the issue.
But with all of that has to be done. Is it us that are the children, or is it you guys that are the children?
Again, I never said you guys are the children. He
never called y'all children. If I can interject, he's not calling y'all children. He's using it as a metaphor.
Well, let her finish. Let her finish.
I'm understanding. I understand.
My head hurt.
Listen, I understand. Your hair hurt, go put a shirt on.
Wow. Put him in the fucking.
But
Go ahead, Mary.
Like I was saying, so in the reference, I understand completely. I'm not an idiot. I'm also not a child. So Eddie already knew what he was talking about. So my thing is, in the reference of, again, using us as somebody related to children, on that same mindset. A lot of times we also have to adjust around you guys. You get what I'm saying? So What I don't like about the term is because we have to do the same exact thing that you guys do. So is it us that's, should be more related to the children, or y'all that should be more related to the children?
Okay, so hold on. So hopefully this clarifies it then. It's the same for y'all. Y'all can look at us that way in terms of, because when I compare y'all to a child, it's because I'm willing to change for you. I'm willing to die for you. I'm willing to give you everything you need. And it's nothing like that. That's the only referencing why I'm referencing to a child, because the next closest thing to your spouse is your child. That's the only reason. But if you want to flip it, hold on. But if you want to flip it and say, well, hey, we should do the same for you. Exactly. That means that, because what I say is that means that y'all will be more patient with us. Y'all will try to listen to understand. And if you're saying something and we're not receiving it, you will do something differently. So absolutely do that with us too.
So you don't feel like women do that?
No.
How do you
Not
think?
consistently.
How do you think generally like marriages?
So where do these high vibrational marriages come from? I'm getting more confused the more I'm listening to this nigga.
What are you confused about?
So if it's like that, where do these high vibrational marriages come from? If
I
you
feel
feel
like
you're a woman,
okay, so if you looked at the main points I mentioned, right, which were I only compared you to a child because I love you, I want to protect you, so I should be patient with you and make sure I speak to you in a way that you can receive it. I think high vibrational marriages do that. They don't just speak in a way that they understand. They take the time to sit back and say, okay, rather than me saying you don't listen, maybe I don't communicate it the right way. So let me try different ways to communicate it. That's what high vibrational people do.
And Mary, you gave an example earlier. You were like, my husband listens to my voice. I understand that I have, my submissive ways when I need to be so. But you know that your husband doesn't limit your voice. You know that you have power in your home, all those good things.
But I also do everything else that Adrian was saying he does. I also
hold on one at a time. What did you say, Q?
So women do what Mary just said.
I don't think the majority of women do. So I think in a high vibration, I think they both do, but I don't think the majority of women do that.
So that's why I got confused. But
I think the conversation became problematic when we referenced a child, right? You made a good point, Adrian, when you said that we don't understand each other. It's like people speaking different languages. I think it would have been received different if we took out the term speaking to you as a child versus we're speaking to each other, we're communicating.
It was a metaphor, son. Like, y'all have girlfriends that are profoundly childlike. And y'all call them hoes out all the time. But like when a man says it, oh, I can't receive it. Oh, it's the tone. Have you not used it this way? But it's like the message is the
same. Us having the conversation and saying that what Q was saying, how she has felt like, and I agree too in these conversations, it appears as though when you all are describing the type of woman, or wife should be this, woman should be this, I don't want to do this, be speaking, I heard and hear what I'm saying, or whatever the case is, it seems as though you are speaking, you want a child, right?
Ooh,
if that is not what you want, what I'm saying, for the context of the conversation, and words matter, the context of things matter, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I feel like if we had eliminated the term children from the conversation and just saying to Adrian's point, you know what? We're here, you are my wife, I'm your husband, but we don't understand each other. I'm not comprehending what you're saying, and you're not comprehending what I'm saying. Let's be on the same page. And when you put in, like, in the reference of like a child, everything else just goes out the window.
Right. So I think that's proving my point that women don't do it a lot, because I didn't just say like a child, I gave why. So you're going to completely throw out the why I use that reference?
I'm not throwing it out.
No, I'm not talking about.
You're not being objective,
but that's the argument that you're doing, because you're saying,
she was explaining the disconnect.
Hold on. Because Alex, you did say, Adrian, it seems like, and I'm not saying you personally, but you did say, Adrian, it seems like once you threw out the word child, everything went out the window, right? But if you look at what I explained as to why I referenced it as a child, if y'all do that to us, what I tell men to do, hey, be more compassionate, be understanding, listen to try to understand, work on your communication. So if y'all were doing that to me, you would have listened to everything that I said and took it in its full totality, rather than once you heard a word that triggered you, you threw everything else out the window.
But you just did that to her, because all she was doing was explaining the disconnect, and you missed it and went back to your original point.
No,
and I didn't.
No, that's really what happened.
Yo, him, I'm sheathing my
That's
sword.
not it.
That's
That's totally not it. Hey,
That's
Mr.
totally
White,
not.
Mr. White, I got a question.
Hold on.
Got a question.
Let me let Terrence in.
Okay.
Sis, just remember your question. Let me let Terrence in.
Yeah,
But I think just
All
the
right.
final, Alex, you know what brought him to that conclusion is simply when you said, once you said child, everything went out the window. So the assumption would be that we stopped listening once we heard child. That's because that was the last thing you said.
Right, but the focus on the conversation then turned into essentially about children and how we speak to children when he referenced the 1-year-old. I'm not disagreeing with anything else he said. I understand that he gave context. What I'm saying is that when that was brought in there, maybe it was triggering or whatever it is, the disconnect became apparent.
I see.
And on the latter part, she was explaining that, and he took it out of context and ran with it and re-explained what he already explained. That is probably not understood by every woman on the panel. That's what I'm saying. So you just did the same thing you claim women do. Continue.
Hold up, y'all didn't just win that. Like y'all sitting here. Continue. I didn't just do that. What I did was I addressed another point when y'all all just said women do. And I clearly just proved that y'all didn't based off of what Alex said, because once I hit one word, y'all went everything out. Y'all threw everything else out the window because I explained my reference to the child. But again, I'll continue to work on my references because I would love to meet y'all where y'all are at.
Thank you.
And this has been a very informative live tonight. So I'm gonna go back to taking notes.
Sorry, I'm not, Adrian. I appreciate your diplomacy, Adrian. I'm not going way down there to meet them. Fuck that.